This map first impressions video is brought to you by the Farmer Klein YouTube channel. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Hey everybody, and welcome back to another map first impressions video. Today we're going to take a look at Mercury Farms for Farm Sim 2019. So, Mercury Farms came out fairly late in Farm Sim 17's time frame, and it is now again out for Farm Sim 19, but this time it is out very early in the cycle, so I am sure this map will now get the great playthrough that it now deserves. Let me read you a little bit of the description before we jump in here, because there are so many unique aspects to this map. I want to make sure that I cover as many of them as I can. It says Mercury Farms has 60 fields. You can cut down any or all hedges and barbed wire fences with a chainsaw on any land that you own. This will give you plenty of room to merge fields together and reshape the map however you want. Mercury Farms has many custom built-in placeables, giving you the option to place and move farmhouses, silos, animals, vehicle shelters, etc. This map is for all platforms. So with that, let's go ahead and jump on in. So we're going to deselect all, and as we do with most of our videos, we're going to select our Mahindra and the camera collision. Go ahead and pull up the log so you can see the map load up. Now I am starting this video in new farmer mode. Map loads up very quick, and this map is extremely small at 131 megabytes in size. So before we do anything, let's go ahead and take a look at the map. So the first distinctive thing to notice is that the play area is this light green. The dark green is out of bounds, so you're not going to be able to get to there. But what this means is even when you're at the edge of the map, you're going to have distant sight lines to other aspects to make you feel that you are within an actual ecosystem and not so much literally at the edge of the playable area. Let's take a look at the lands. So our starting lands include the main farm here, which includes field 11 and 10. We also have this area down here, which has the horse paddock. We have a farmhouse and a silo over here. We have a silo and our pig, sheep, and cow areas over here, as well as grass section 1 and 2. And then we have 3 chicken coops, as well as a farmhouse up here in the north. So that is under new farmer mode. Let's take a look at some of these land prices. So field 37 is one of the bigger fields. Comes in at $105,000. Section 42 in field 41 and 42. This section is $44,000. This big old section over here is $232,000. Merge these two together to have a very big area. Got these smaller areas over here, $61,000. So quite the mix of sizes and field availabilities. This is a forest over here that you can use to cut down trees. There are trees randomly around the map, but this is a more consolidated section. So let's take a look at the sell points. So there are 4 main sell points on the map that take your main products. On new farmer mode, you also start with products in the silo. We have 2 sell points for eggs and 4 sell points for milk. We also have a sell point for wool and cotton. We have a sell point for hay, straw, grass, and silage here at the livestock market. And let's also check Biogas Plant is purchasable for the low price of just $43,000. So even on new farmer mode, where you start with $100,000, you can buy this right up front should you so wish. Let's take a look at your vehicles, because there's a couple key things to point out here. Our pickup truck has quite the number of operating hours, and as a result, it is pretty costly. We don't have daily maintenance anymore, but we do have low resale value. And our poor Fiat, oh my gosh, that guy has been around for so long, 249 operating hours on him. He is next to worthless, but darn it, she gets around quite a bit. And it looks like we have 2 items here that are leased. Okay, so these are 2 items that are leased, and that is, I think that is the forklift, and I'm not really sure what that is. We'll have to take a look at that when we look at our vehicles. We don't start with any animals in the pins, but we do start with animal pins. So let's go ahead and take a look at that starting fleet while we're talking about that. And let's look at the 2 leased items. So the Manitou forklift that we have down at the shop is leased, as is the stump grinder, which I guess we'll find over at the Sawmill area. We'll have to see if we can't figure out where that thing is. Now let's take a look at the equipment we own. So we start out by owning 3 tractors: Valtra N134, Fiat 1300 DT, and the Puma 240 CVX. They range in horsepower from 145 up to 270 horsepower. We've got the smaller Rattle Smash harvester with a grain header. We have the AgriLiner tipper. Lizard pickup that we've already seen. We've got the small Coon cultivator, the Amazon seeder, got the Joskin water trailer. We've got front loader arms and a bucket. We have a fuel trailer, and then we have, in new farmer mode, the custom animal areas. We've got a large cow pasture, pig enclosure, and sheep enclosure. We have a large horse paddock, and we've got 3 chicken coops, all that hold 100 chickens apiece. We've got several custom barn silos for holding our crops. And then we've got a custom bunker silo for our silage. And then we've got several custom vehicle sheds. And again, this is on new farmer mode. We've got a few seed and fertilizer fill stations, and then several farmhouses that we could either keep or get rid of. So, while we're looking at this stuff, let's look here at the placeable section and look at this stuff in a little bit more detail. So, included with the map is, of course, the in-game animal areas, and then we have the custom animal areas. So we'll take a look at those when we get around to driving around on the map. But what this means is, in new farmer mode or farm manager mode, you can place the same animal areas that we have in new farmer mode. You can put them in the same spots if you want, or you can put them in other areas. So we've got a custom cow, sheep, and pig enclosure. We've got a custom chicken coop and a custom horse paddock. Look at miscellaneous. We have a custom seed and fertilizer hut. So the seed hut provides you seed, lime, and herbicide, and the fertilizer hut provides you solid and liquid fertilizer. If we go to the silos, we have multiple custom silos that have different textures. We've got a gray, a white, and a red. And then we've got the custom bunker silo, which looks to just be maybe a reskin, retexture of the small bunker silo, or maybe the medium. But it is just $14 a day, $14,000 versus either $15,000 or $25,000. We've got a few custom farmhouses. Now, these farmhouses do not have the sleep trigger on them, because we can obviously put those down should we so wish. Okay, and we already have one house with the sleep trigger. If they had the sleep trigger, they would be in the farmhouses area, and here you can put down your custom farmhouse. It says we can't do that because we're only allowed one per item. And then for our sheds, we've of course got the in-game easy sheds, and then we get the custom buildings that are also a part of the map. All of these custom buildings are pre-installed in new farmer mode, but they are available in the other gameplay modes to use should you so wish. Now, something glaringly obvious is we start out with a pallet of chicken feed or wheat. Now, first off, disclaimer, That is a custom texture I have installed in my version of FarmSim. You will not have that custom pallet texture, okay? Just saying, but you do start with a pallet of chicken feed. And boy, is that truck dirty. I mean, it could seriously need a wash. Now, something else. You see this gear here. What is this? Clean up and move in. Something that was basically a huge feature of Mercury Farms in 17 was the ability to transform your farm and build it out how you want it. All of these buildings had little gears on them, and you could basically click on it and basically build out the building, or not build the building and put your own building there. But what we've got is something kind of carried forward into Farm Sim 19, is that customability. Is we can come in here, we can hit, what is it, R, left click, and basically we will buy the building. We'll basically be able to then move in. All the trash will be cleaned up. So let's go ahead and do that, and we'll just see what happens. Well, we have seriously cleaned up the place. Come up here, we can hit R. You can see we can go to sleep if we want. And once we do that, that's a once and done thing. We can never do that again, at least in this particular game save. So with that, let's go ahead and explore the main farm here. So we've got our silo here. So this is our dump point for our silo. And then our fill trigger is over here on the side. Right there is our output pipe. We've got our front loader arms and bucket. We've got our tipper in here. A water trailer and our fuel trailer is there. Now, before we do anything, I want to check something. AlienJim's been known to do this, so I want to check. But our tractor needs maintenance pretty bad. So we do have some water in our fuel trailer. Now let's see, do we have any fuel in the fuel trailer? Nope, no sneaky fuel in the fuel trailer. Let's see, where's our cedar? There's our Fiat over there under the tree. I'm going to see if the cedar has any seed in it. Nope. Okay. That answers that question. Well, that, guys, is pretty much the main farm here. Now, I wanted to show you, before we got too far down the road and I completely forgot, the deal with these hedges. So if you haven't seen my live streams of this map, then this will be new to you. So any and all hedges, other than those at the map boundary, can be taken out. So here we have a hedge with a collision. You see, we walk into the hedge, we get stuck. Well, we kind of get stuck, but there we're stuck. Definitely can't drive our implements through here, but we've got a stake. So if we come in here, it says we don't own the land. Well, you know what? We do now, buddy. Alright, so if we cut it down low. Whoa. Portion of the hedge is gone. Come over here and find the next post. And if we cut it down low, another portion of the hedge is gone. We just have these bushes. Of course, the bushes we can just walk through. So the collision is gone. The hedge is gone. We now have a new entrance into the field. Now let me show you something else. We'll do it over here on this fence. So again, if we cut low, don't have access to this land. Are you kidding me? There. So if we cut low again, you can see the left, the area to the left is gone. Okay, so the area to the left is gone. Well, we've got this silliness. What's the deal with this, right? We've got this barbed wire that goes nowhere. So what we can do is cut the top off. Now our fence properly ends. Now we've got this whole opening. We can do that anywhere that there is a fence or a hedge. All we have to do is own the land. Pretty sweet, if you ask me. Let's run down here the edge. Field here. I want to show these signs off. We're going to get our gator, not our gator, our Mahindra, and take a tour around the map. Got really great signs everywhere. If you get lost, Mercury Farms. There you go. All right, so let's go in here. Let's borrow a little money. Let's get our Mahindra out. And we'll jump down to the shop. So there is the Mahindra right there, and here is the shop. Now, anyone that has watched my live streams of the advanced copy, or maybe has seen other live streams of folks that had advanced copies, shop area is different. So you had to rework the shop area. But you know what? I think this works better for the map, myself. Now the shop's got a couple interactive things that we can do down here. We can open up these buildings, doors if we want. They're all nicely decorated. Go ahead and check out stuff in here. There might be stuff hidden in here. Pretty cool. Got the main shop here. Got the office. We can go in here. Come up here to the receptionist and we can basically place our order for equipment. Ourselves a nice cool snack while we wait. Just sit down here and wait. And then when it's time, looks like they walled that in. Then when it's time, we can come out here and pick up our equipment. If we need to do maintenance, we can come in here. We can bring our vehicle up here onto the lift. Drive as far forward as you can. And then we can basically raise the lift by left clicking. And we come over here and do our maintenance. Now on a vehicle that maybe is too big to fit in here, well, the trigger extends outside, so you can bring the larger stuff just up to the door here and do your equipment maintenance. Then we've got just another little section here. Again, you should check inside these buildings, these doors. There might be some surprises hidden away, little gems for you to discover. Now, over here is the Manitou that we saw that was leased in the garage. So AlienJim has given us, if we're willing to pay the daily lease, he's given us a forklift here at the garage to use. Isn't that cool? Now around back we've got our sell point here at the garage. for some grain. So this is also a sell point. Here we can purchase fuel. And there you go. That is basically the shop area. All right. Let's go ahead and start looking around the map. Now again, if you play this map on New Farmer mode or Farm Manager mode, you will start out without owning any land. There will be no buildings placed, no animal areas placed. So everything that we see during this tour as far as an animal area or a farmhouse or other vehicle buildings, and I'll point these out to you, but they will be completely blank when you start up in another game mode. Let's head on out here and just drive up to the BGA and we'll start from there. Well, before we do that, let's swing up in here. This area, it will be completely blank in one of the other farm modes. But up here we've got a couple buildings, we've got a silo, we've got seed and fertilizer, and we've got another farmhouse. Now this farmhouse does not have the trigger for sleep in it, but it is just a deco house. So again, this area here is not populated with buildings in New Farmer mode or start from scratch. Let's go ahead and come over here to the Biogas Plant. And for example, that is the map edge. Right here at the edge of the Biogas Plant, that is the map edge, but you see the road continues on, turns, there's buildings down there. So it gives you the sense that we are not at the edge when we are really at the edge. So here we are at the Biogas Plant. Got two big bunkers, three-sided bunkers. There's the trigger for that one. There's a trigger for that one. We have our digestate here. Got a cool animated stirrer in here, stirring up the goo. And then we have a recessed digester here at the Biogas Plant. We have some more custom buildings over here. So you can store your equipment over here should you so wish. Alright. Let's pull up the mini map. And I think what we're going to do is let's go counterclockwise around the map. And we'll finish off over here at the sweet potato and spinnery subpoints. So I'm on my way up here to the chicken area if you do New Farmer mode. Of course, in Farm Manager or Start from Scratch, this is all bare and empty. So the house, the silo here, it's not a silo, the house, the shed, the vehicle enclosure, 3 chicken coops are all going to be empty. Okay? Everything past the chicken coops, where those windmills are, they will exist. That will exist, but these chicken coops won't exist. Got our chicken triggers. Got our chicken in there. And of course, this is where the eggs are going to spawn. And here is our feed trough. And we've got 3, so we can support 300 chickens out of the gate in New Farmer mode. And we are right here up at the northern edge of the map. So everything past that hedge line behind that building is out of bounds play. But we've got a road leading down to some sort of factory building. Smoke coming off. Just some nice, general ambiance. We have one of the sell points. And we're going to continue on down this way, which is where we're going to find our sheep, pigs, and cows. And of course, if these are not placed here, well then you're going to have a large area of grass on that hillside and a large area of grass over here that you can pretty much do whatever you want with. Here we've got our custom animal zone for cows. So we've got our liquid manure and our solid manure pile. You open up this door, you're going to find the milk trigger to draw milk out. We open up the next door, you're going to find the cow purchase trigger. The straw trigger is right here also. And then you've got your feed trough and your water trough right here out front. Let's go over here and take a look at the custom sheep area. Again, out front we have the water trough and the food trough for our sheep. Inside the door here we have the delivery or purchase point for our sheep. And then one more door over, we have the wool spawn point. And there's our little sheep at. Oh, our sheep's already went inside. Must be a little thirsty, trying to see if we have some water over there. Now these fences you can't saw these down. Okay, these are part of the building. Now over here for our pigs, once again we have our water and our food troughs out front. And as you would expect, in here we can purchase our pig. So, and we have our straw trigger also through this door. Now the animal areas, oops, we've got our liquid and our solid manure piles over here for our pigs. And the animal area here includes a silo. We have behind that door our silo dump, and then we have our silo fill point right here. Our pig. And, oh, look, here it is. Here's the stump grinder. We found it. Sitting on a stump. Look at that. So if you're looking for that stump grinder, here we are. And this is leased. This and the forklift are leased items. Then we've got that custom silage bunker right here. See that come up? Got a silage indicator. Now we could cut these down. So we could cut, if we wanted to not have any animals, we could obviously sell off these buildings, should we so wish, in new farmer mode, or in one of the other two play styles. All of these buildings you see here are gone. They don't exist. Okay? The bunker doesn't exist, but this fence does on either side. So we can cut down this fence, grind up these stumps, and then basically roll through here and plow up this whole area and make it one massive field if we wanted to. After we purchased it, of course. So anybody that knows Alien Jim knows he's a little bit of a trickster. He may be a leprechaun in another life. There's lots of little nuggets. Not so much gold nuggets, because there aren't gold nuggets in Farm Sim 19, but there's little nuggets of his interesting sense of humor scattered around the map. And well, the thing that's smoking up here on the hill is one I wanted to point out to everybody. Because Alien Jim himself, he has crash landed here on the map. That is his flying saucer over there, smoking away. It's outside of the boundary. Sorry, we can't easily walk up to it. Those of us on PC, we could enable flight mode and kind of fly over there. But yeah, there's the forest that you can purchase. And right there, well, he's crash landed. That's how he got to Earth. All right, let's move on. Bring up the mini map so we can see where we're going here. And I think the next point of interest is going to be maybe the animal buy point. We'll see. So here we've got that big section. Let's just look at this real quick. Over here we've got 5 fields. They're just little strips of fields with lines of trees between each field. And then over here we've got 5 unplanted strips with grass in between them. So you could buy either of these areas, or you could buy both of these areas and do whatever you wanted. You could harvest all these trees out, plow this whole area up and make one big field, make 2 fields, make 4 fields, whatever. It's a pretty cool idea. Again, with all of these removable hedges and fences, you can really transform the map into however you want. You could really rearrange these fields, take these trees out, take the hedges out, and put whatever you wanted in. So there is a large placeable area. Map says what? Construction area, placeables, etc. So there's a large placeable area. Oh, we do have a biplane. Flies over, or at least a small aircraft that flies over the map from time to time. Let's go ahead and go this way to the animal buy point, which again is right here on the edge of the map. So the road ends, we're just going to run into it. The road ends right there. We can't go past there. That is the edge. But you can see how much of the map outside of the playable area has been detailed and modeled to give you that sense of distance. So here we've got a sell point at the animal area. We also have the animal triggers to buy animals. Here we have the hay, straw, and grass sell point and silage sell point here at the main farm. And we also have, what is this? I learned the other day on a live stream that we can buy poo from here. Let's pull on up in here and let's see if we can't maybe fill up a load of poo. Kind of hard to get in there. Oh, I got a shot of poo in the back. $30 for 460 liters. And looks like we can sell, what else will we take here? Livestock market. What else does the livestock market take? Sugarcane. Crops, okay. Livestock market straw. So this might be a place to sell. Oh, you might be able to sell water here. Maybe. Don't know. Just have to give it a go and see how it works. Let's head on back up here. We're going to make a right at the next intersection because we're going to check out the horse area. So we've got the horse riding area set up here. And this area up here is going to start out blank. If you play in one of the other game modes, there's one of the placeable farmhouses that we can put down. And here we have one of the placeable, the placeable cow or horse area. So this is where we're going to come to buy our horse. Okay, we don't have enough money right now to buy him, but here's where you would buy your horse. Gates open and close. Now, only in the new farmer mode do we get the stable worker and the horse. Okay, in farm manager mode, or start from scratch, or should you decide to go put down another horse paddock, it's not going to come with, I don't think it's going to come with the stable worker. So here is the straw trigger for the horse. And then we've got the feed trough and the water trough for our horses. So let's head on down the road. Guess we'll go across the street to the dairy. Here we have the dairy. Get your milk delivered here. And we've got another delivery point here at Spar. It looks like for milk. So let's go ahead and check. Garden Center, sealed milk, and Spar shop. So let's see here where sealed milk should be just where we were. Yep, sealed milk is just where we were. And then the Spar shop is right here. So, produce. Deliver our milk for Spar shop. And once again, we've got this really cool thing going on inside of these buildings. We've got this 3D effect where we can see into the window and see basically the contents of the room. Really cool the way that's been done. We saw that on another map, but I forget which one it was. Let's turn over here. We've got a pretty cool outdoor grill, play area. We've got some families there hanging out and chilling out. And down here we've got the pond. So if you remember this pond in the Farm Sim 17 version of the map, we basically had a trigger up here where we could basically interact with the pond. We could raise and lower the water level. Doesn't look like we can do that so much now. Somebody's out there swimming. But this is a place where we can come and get water. And I did see... Oh! What is that? Is that what I think it is? Is that a nugget of gold? Wait, where'd it go? Oh, you little trickster, Alien Jim. That is indeed a nugget of gold. But as soon as I get close to it, it vanishes. There's little things like that you might find scattered around the map. Just little fun things. I mean, it's almost like a little hide and seek of these little gems of his. All right, next stop, we have the garden center. And the sawmill. So up in here, we've got the garden center. And the garden center is a place where you can purchase liquid fertilizer. This looks like you might be able to buy fuel, possibly. Maybe you can sell fuel here. Just give it a go and figure out what you can do here. We've got a grain dump back here we missed. But you also accept manure? Let's see. Ah, look, you will accept manure. We can bring manure over here. I wanted the manure for something else, but it's handy that we can sell manure up here. We've got sell point for hay, straw, and grass in here. So it looks like we have a sell point for bulk and baled versions. Of each. Another one. Now, what I wanted to get this manure for was these greenhouses up here. So here we can sell pallets if you want. If you've got leftover pallets, you can bring them there and sell them. And here we've got some greenhouses, but these greenhouses will actually buy manure and water. There you go, $200. I think what we spent $30 on the on that manure. You just sold it for $200. Oh. So we've got our sawmill up in here. There's a sell point for logs. Got people in there. Got sounds of a sawmill, pretty cool. We've had sounds of chainsaws. We've had sounds of gunshots or wood chips. Lots of ambient sounds and life going on here on Mercury Farms. Just about done, guys. We're going to go to one more stop, and that is sweet potato and the spinnery. This area across, so this is the area across from the main farm. We do have some sheds in here, or a shed over here. So in New Farmer and Farm Manager, this area is empty also. Now we've got our spinnery. General purveyor of wool and cotton. Right here. And then around back we have sweet potato. I do believe the sell point for potatoes, sugar beets, and possibly even sugarcane. So guys, that is Mercury Farms for Farm Sim 2019. Let me know in the comments, what do you think? I know that this map has been eagerly anticipated and is something that lots of folks have been wanting. Well, here it is. Let me know, what do you think of it? How are you going to play? And until next time, happy farming.